What's up everybody, David here at Lancer Tactical, and today we're going to go over how to properly charge and care for your LiPo batteries. Let's get into it. When it comes to airsoft, the two most common batteries are nickel metal hydride, also known as NIM, and LiPo batteries, also known as lithium polymer batteries. Nickel metal hydride batteries are a bit more stable than LiPo batteries. LiPo batteries can maximize the performance of your airsoft AEG. LiPo batteries are flammable and can be dangerous if not cared for properly. But in this video, we're going to show you how to properly care for and charge your LiPo battery. You should never leave your LiPo batteries fully charged for long periods of time. And if your LiPo battery ever drains all the way to 0%, it is not going to be usable after that. It is a dead battery and it cannot be brought back to life. With that said, it is very dangerous to try to charge a LiPo battery that has died. If your LiPo battery is drained all the way to 0% and died, make sure to dispose of it properly. Now, when it comes to your LiPo battery, you're going to see two different ports on the end of it. You're going to have your Dean's connector like on this one. Sometimes it could be a mini Tamiya plug. And you're going to have your balance charger. You're always going to want to charge from the balance part of your LiPo battery. Charging it through the Dean's connector or through the mini Tamiya connector is where a lot of problems occur, because the charger is going to flood the battery with power, and if you're not using a smart charger, it's not going to know when it's full, and it's just going to keep flooding it and flooding it and flooding it with power until eventually it's going to blow up. Now, when it comes to charging your LiPo battery, it is very important to make sure you have the proper charger for it. A lot of the chargers out on the market today have multiple settings, so they're able to charge different types of batteries. So when you're charging your LiPo battery, it is very important to make sure that your charger is set to be charging LiPo batteries. We highly recommend that you use a smart charger. A lot of the problems that occur come from cheap wall charging units that don't properly charge the battery and just flood it with power until it explodes. One of the benefits of a smart charger is that it's going to be able to detect when your LiPo battery is fully charged, and that way it is not going to overcharge it. Never leave your LiPo batteries unattended while they're charging, and should always be done under the supervision of an adult. Now, let's get started with charging your LiPo battery. First thing we're going to do is we're going to place our LiPo battery inside of a LiPo bag. Now, please note that LiPo bags are not fireproof, they are fire resistant, but they're going to help a great deal if something was to go wrong. Once you have the LiPo battery inside the LiPo bag, we are now going to look at our smart charger and make sure it is set on the right setting. After that, we're going to take the balance end of our LiPo battery, which is the one here with the white cap on it, and we're going to lightly plug it into our smart charger. You'll know your battery is charging because the indicator light will turn on. Once the battery is done charging, you can unplug it from the charger, but leave it in the LiPo bag for travel and for safekeeping. Once your battery is fully charged, you are ready to play some airsoft. Once you're done playing airsoft, it is very important to disconnect the battery from the gun. Leaving your battery plugged into your gun, even though it is not on, can slowly drain your battery. And if, like I said earlier, if it drains all the way to 0, then you're going to have a dead battery and you're going to have to buy a new one. When you're not using your LiPo batteries, make sure they're stored in a nice temperature-controlled environment. You don't want to expose them to too much heat or too much cold, because that is not good for the health of the battery. Now, just to recap, here are the things that you should never do when charging a LiPo battery. You should never leave your LiPo battery unattended while it's charging. You should never let your LiPo battery drain to 0%, because after that, it is fully dead and you're not going to be able to recharge it after that. You should never leave your LiPo battery plugged into your AEG once you're done playing airsoft. Make sure to disconnect it and store it in a safe environment. You should never leave your LiPo battery in extremely hot or extremely cold environments. And you should never expose your LiPo battery to water. Like I said earlier, using a LiPo battery is the best way to maximize the performance of your airsoft AEG. And if you follow all these steps, you're really going to minimize the risk that comes with LiPo batteries. Because the last thing you want to do is burn your house down when you're just trying to go out and play airsoft and have a good time. So make sure you follow all these steps, and you're really going to minimize the risk when it comes to LiPo batteries. If you have any other questions, be sure to email us at info@lancertactical.com or head on over to our website, www.lancertactical.com. Thanks for watching.